Hello collectors, it's a slow day for me. Nothing's come in the mail for a while, so I thought I'd just go back and review some cars I didn't really talk too much about in detail in the past. I did an unboxing of these TLVs, but I don't think I really talked about what the car was. I was just, pretty new to the hobby and wanted to see if the models were good. This is a Konami. I did talk about this quite a bit on December 13th, 2020, if you want to go back to that video. But let's talk a little bit about the Mitsubishi Galant Colt. So these are all the first generation Galant Colts, and they first came out in 1969. There are actually 9 generations of Galants, and over 5 million of them have been sold over the years. But the first generation, they're called 850 models. And so let's take a look at this one. It's LV45 Mitsubishi Galant in red. It's just a plain one, I guess. Okay, so looking at the photograph here. Let me pull this thing here. Let's try to focus. So, looks pretty close to me, right? The grill, the little bumperettes. Granted, those are black, but maybe they were chrome on different models, not sure. Or not. Here's another. Well, that one doesn't even have headlights. It's strange. It's got like this black grill thing on the headlights. So I'm not sure what's happening there. But this one, again, it doesn't have the little bumperette. So there's a lot of variation going on between these models. This one has black bumperettes, and then it's got these funky little, they look like pie wheels or something. Right? So I guess it's not so bad. This silver one, here's the rear view. Yeah, I mean the taillights look pretty accurate, I think. The little pie wheels and stuff, door handle sticking out. So, okay. I think it's safe to say it's somewhat accurate. So going over the model here. Yeah, those pie wheels, they're something else. I don't know if I think they look weird, but I kind of like them because they are just so weird. Okay. Anyways, so there's some sort of badge here. Let's see if we can. Alright, it's legible. It says Colt here. The door panel gaps aren't so wide. They're not great either. I mean, my pick can actually go in them, so actually those are not good. They're kind of wide. But it's nice to see the door handle sticking out of the body, painted silver. Same with the lock there. The whole window trim is painted silver for like the chrome effect. So that seems alright. Then you got this little detail here. There's no text on it. There's some sort of emblem on the real car, some sort of badge, and it's got script in it. Probably, I don't know what it would read though. Or maybe there isn't script, but look at the photographs behind it. I feel like there's text there. So yeah, the front end does look really nice. You got these little rivet marks here to hold the bumper onto the car. Again, the bumperettes. And then the headlights are, clear plastic, but molded in a way that looks like it has a light bulb. So that's nice, really thinly molded ribs here for the grill, and then the silver trim going around is nicely done. Same with the little silver badge or whatever is in the middle of this thing. And you'll also see this little thing has a little bit of different color there. Just like the real car, although on the real car it's black. Anyways, a little horizontal ribbing right there. So pretty good detail there on the front end of this thing. The turn signals are just painted orange. Okay. Some ribbing there. Panel gap there. A lot of orange peel going on in this one. And unfortunately, being a red diecast, it has a lot of paint bubbling going on. And that's the way this came out of the box. I did a big TLV unboxing last year. If you want to look up TLV or something, you'll find it. And yeah, it came this way. So it's too bad. Okay, this side looks pretty much identical to the other one. What I don't know is I don't see a fuel filler. There's no like fuel filler door. But actually, when I think about it, maybe the fuel filler door might be hidden behind that. That's the only thing I can think of. If you guys know better, leave a comment. So those taillights are great. I mean, there's super thick red plastic lenses, and then the silver trim around them It's painted really crisp, you know, the vertical separators, and then the white backup light is there. Some sort of illegible thing there. I don't know what that says. It looks like a 2 with some sort of text over it. But this says Colt, so that's good. Maybe that says Mitsubishi or something? I don't know. The license plate here, though, is kind of weak. I mean, come on, TLV. Write TLV if you have to, or Mitsubishi, or Colt, or something. It's just, I've never seen a car in the real world with a totally white rectangle on it. And then a lot of other people have complained about the thickness of the license plate. And I gotta agree, it's pretty thick. I've seen thinner pieces of plastic on other models, so it's too bad. What's nice is there's no plate on the front, so that's great. I would rather not have a plate on the front if it's going to just be plain white. Okay, so this thing was from 2007. It's got a metal base, suspension, and unfortunately it's riveted together. So wheel swaps are going to be tough on this one. You'd either have to destroy the wheels themselves. I'm not sure if you could pull them out with force, or you'd have to drill the thing apart. But a lot of these TLVs, I think, are good candidates for wheel swaps because there's no air passing between those spokes. That's just black paint. So it's too bad. Okay, well anyways, that's it for this model. Let's take a look at the next one. And so this one is LV59. Now this is a Galant 16LGS. And so it's got basically 4 headlights instead of the 2 rectangular ones. And actually, well, let me talk a little bit more about the Galant. It's these things were powered by 1.3 to 1.7 liter 4-cylinder engines, and it's the first overhead camshaft engine from Mitsubishi. They're supposed to have some sort of dyna wedge styling, it's called, which is supposed to be influenced by aerodynamics, although I wouldn't call this an aerodynamic looking car. Okay, and then in other countries this was known as the Dodge Colt. They have a partnership with Chrysler Dodge. Like Australia, they also had it called the Chrysler Valiant Galant, and in South Africa it was also called the Dodge Colt. Okay. Here's another image. This one's got the high wheels, but ignoring that, yeah, it looks pretty good. I mean, it seems like the body is the same as the red one. It's just the front end and the rear ends are different. Okay, so alright, so this one's just got like stamped steel wheels here. I don't think they're hubcaps because those look like lug nuts to me. Unfortunately, there's no air passing or not even black paint in those rectangles. Would have been nice to have. The tires are pretty good looking though, I think. You can see some tiny tread blocks, but they don't look so big that they look off-road, like off-road tires, which I see a lot on some other diecasts. There's no tread in the middle. And then, yeah, TLVs roll. Metal base riveted together, same year, 2007, so, okay. So this back end here, yeah, we got the blank plate again. It says GS there. It says something. Let's see. So I would have to assume that it says Galant. It almost looks like it says seatbelt, but this might be a strange G. Galant, and then 16L. So that's nice. And a little silver on the key mechanism, white paint for the backup lights, and then orange here for the turn signals. So very good separation with the little silver in between, so that's good. Riveted bumper effect, the bumperettes again, and this time they're painted black on the outside, whereas the other one was just all silver. So these bumperettes are much more realistic looking. They look like the ones on the photograph where they're black and silver in the middle. It's a better job on this one. Inserted 4 lights there, it says GS I guess there, and then the center thing again, and then vertical ribbed grill there. Painted orange turn signal, tiny little recess there, but there's no paint. And they got some weird bumps right here. What's going on there? Oh, that's not bump, that's orange paint for like a turn signal. It's orange on orange, so I almost missed it. But yeah, they actually did put the turn signals down there, or maybe they're reflectors or something. Okay, top view looks similar to the last. Some ribbing, silver chrome around the window molding there. Unfortunately, orange peel, and this one has this weird water stain looking thing here. And again, this is the way it came out of the box. So, old TLVs, you're playing a game of roulette. It's unlikely you're gonna get a nice one, in my opinion. Most TLVs, after 2 years, seem to get paint bubbling, in my experience. Orange peel effect, so that's too bad. And it's weird to see vents on the trunk. Like on the front you see that a lot, right? Air comes in to the cabin. But this one has vents in the back. Maybe it's like sucking out air to help keep air circulation through the car. This one, what is going on there? Yeah, silver trim around there. Okay, there's a different like badge there. It's not a black badge, it's now a chrome and blue badge. I'm sure that's specific to the 16 LGS. And then, yeah, okay. So, it's nice again. I didn't talk about the interiors of these things, so let me get the flashlight. Let's go back to the red one. Okay, so cool. You can see the ribbing on the seat, and there's a little white stripe going down the middle of the seats. So that's interesting. Pretty neat. The shifter itself looks good because it looks fatter at the top than the bottom, just like a real shifter. Alright. Just trying to focus here, but I'm trying to show you the doors. Okay, look at the door, the rear door. You can see an armrest and like the door pull mechanism at the top. Alright, that steering wheel looks pretty nice. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. It's a 3-spoke steering wheel with like what looks like a horn button or something in the middle. And then the instruments look like they're circular gauges. In the center console you can see like the HVAC or stereo control, so that's pretty nice. Some sort of cutout for the glove box. And maybe vents, an actual HVAC vent right against the door. You can kind of see it on the far side. It looks like there's a vent. So that's a really nice interior. Alright, gotta give credit to TLV there. It's nice to see more than one color. It's nice to see that it's not black, so you can actually have a chance of seeing the interior. So that's really nice. Let's see about this one. So, I don't see the white stripe in the middle, but I think it's still two-tone. Yeah, hold on here. From the front view, it's a little easier to tell. Hold on, I'm trying to get the best light without the reflection. Okay, maybe you can see there, or not. I can see it with the naked eye, but I'm trying to look at it through the camera. It's hard to tell, but the middle of the seats is black, and the side bolsters are gray. So they're actually gray and black seats. Boy, sorry, I can't do it well. I don't have 3 hands, so I can't focus my camera while I'm holding a flashlight in a model. Oh, there you go. Alright, so that's easy to see, right? The middle section of the rears are black, and then the rest of the rear seat is gray. Just like the gray on the door sides, which again have armrests. And, let's see. Yeah, a door pull at the top. Okay. Let's try to focus on the controls here. Look at that. So this time the steering wheel is different. It's like a 2-arm. Definitely 70s style steering wheel. In the instrument cluster, in this case, they look like squarish gauges. They're not round like the last one. And now there's 2 vents in the middle of the dashboard. Boy, it's so hard to hold this thing and focus. Okay, there you go. So this is a totally different interior. The glove box is now totally different. It's like a negative angle. And the vents are in the middle instead of the sides. So that's pretty interesting that Mitsubishi would have such different cars. Looking at the what I would like to know is like what year is this car? I think they're both 1969 models, but they're just so different. When I look at the internet, the ones with the rectangular lamps, these are all 69s. But I don't know about the one with the 4 headlamps, what year it is. Hold on, I'm gonna scroll on the internet here. No, that also says 1969. Right? So it's weird that they'd go through so many changes in the same year just because this is a 16 LGS model versus a plain Galant. So that's pretty interesting. Okay. Alright, we'll pull out the third one now and compare them all on the tray later. So this thing is the coupe version, and I did a big review on this on December 13th, 2020. It basically looks like a small Mustang fastback, and unfortunately this has a major paint bubble there. So this is done by a company called Konami, and this is a 1970 model, and this is from 2005. Those other ones were from 2007. Plastic base on this one. The TLVs were metal base. It still rolls. It's got treads on this one. The other ones are flat. And then silver paint on the exhaust, whereas the TLVs are just plain black. Yeah. Okay. So we got 4 plastic headlights, just like on the TLVs. And also the taillights are red clear plastic, but also painted black around it. Printing a weird Mitsubishi logo, Galant. Separate chrome bumpers, good. A little extra paint there for some, I'm guessing, backup lights. And then here on the side it says Colt Galant, which is pretty clear to see. Right? Steel wheels, the suspension, MR, because this is an MR Galant. Some silver trimming around the windows. The only place where this really falls apart is the black interior. Where's that flashlight? So yeah, there's molded details. You just can't see it without a flashlight. It would have been nice if it was molded in gray or a lighter color. Alright, some black paint on the hood vents. A little orange here for the turn signals. A little black there on this vent here. Or maybe that's just air. No, that's literally air. Okay. So, it's a pretty good model, minus that. But then again, all 3 of them have paint rash, so they're all over 10 years old. Okay, let's put them on the comparison tray. Since they're all first generation Colt Galants. Now the coupe obviously is going to be quite different. But within the sedans even, the front ends are quite different, totally different. The rear here. Right, the taillights are all different, of course. It's weird. This thing's listing. It's like, I don't know why it's so, oh, wait a sec, there we go. Okay, so, yeah. Not much to say, I guess. Obviously the coupe is going to be the most different. It's a little bit longer, sleeker, more Mustangy, whereas these are more utilitarian, boxy. Okay, well, so anyways, hopefully I did a little more justice to these models this time around, talking about the detail of them. One last thing, this thing is powered by a 2-liter engine, whereas the other ones were up to 1.7 liters, so this is definitely a sportier version. So, okay, well then, if you're in the market for a Mitsubishi Colt Galant, if you're interested in the 4-door, I think you kind of have to go with TLV. I think TLV makes this 2-door coupe. It's just that I don't know if it's worth the money. You can look up this on eBay and the cost of a Konami version versus the cost of a TLV and decide for yourself. But this thing, minus the black interior, has all the same details as these. I mean, none of these have mirrors, unfortunately. And also, I didn't talk about the wiper blades. They all have wiper blades molded into the windshields, but none of them are painted. This one also, the TLVs do also have a molded in rear view mirror, whereas the Konami has no indication of that. Okay. Okay, well, thanks for watching again, guys, and hopefully I'll get some new cars in and have some new reviews. Alright, bye.